Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty Meg Spammer. I would like to welcome you all to my introduction to a multiplayer event in Endless Space Disharmony. As promised, this event is taking place tonight, right now. I'm recording this intro a few hours before it starts actually, but I wanted to make sure that all of you who watch this video are familiar with the rules. So, the game is going to look more or less like this. I mean, I have 4 confirmed players, there might be a 5th or even a 6th one, but I'm still awaiting a response for the additional 2 players. So let's assume that we're going to play with 5 players for now, and I'll have to adapt if that's not the case. First of all, the difficulty settings is going to be at serious. As I told you, we are not going to be playing with any AIs, just the multiplayer people, I mean real people. They'll be over here when I start the game. And we're going to play on fast speed. Fast speed is incredibly important because this way we might actually finish this game tonight. As for difficulty, it's only here in case somebody has to leave or just leaves for no reason, so that the AI that replaces a player will not be completely brain dead. It's fairly important. Advanced settings fairly standard. You cannot win by skull victory, but every other victory is checked. You cannot trade technologies and the power difficulty is only at normal. Other than that, however, everything is completely standard. As for the galaxy settings, here is when things go a little bit less standard. We will be playing at the galaxy ring. The age of the galaxy will be random. Now, assuming that there will be 5 empires in the game, I will go for a large galaxy with low density. I have tested this, and what this will mean, I'll show you in a second. But first of all, balancing, it will not change regardless of the amount of players, it will be perfect. Star connectivity will be low, wormholes will be high, planets per system many, resources low, planet size random, constellation distance remote, and number of constellations many. It is fairly important because this way everybody has a kind of peaceful start where nobody else is able to reach a certain player until they research a technology, apply the Casimir effect, and are able to go through wormholes. Before that happens, nobody can meet anybody, which will allow some of the more peaceful factions for a peaceful start. Now, how would this kind of galaxy look like? I've done several tests to make sure that this game will be as balanced as humanly possible. Now, with a large galaxy and a low density, this is more or less what we are going to get. As you can see, almost every player is in fact, you know, next to another player. There will be only one situation where that is actually not the case. I mean, as you can see, green player is next to blue player. It might look like it's not, but there's only one wormhole between them, so they are actually each other's neighbors. Same goes to those 2 green players, same goes to this orange player and this teal. Actually, no. That didn't random the same way as last time, so here is the problem with this kind of random. As you can see, there will be 2 pockets of unclaimed territory. One over here between the 2 blue players, so they will have an unfair advantage, and the same goes for the teal and orange player, because this area is unclaimed and somebody can have an unfair advantage. I cannot avoid that when there are 5 empires. I've tried every single galaxy generation setting, but this seems to be an unavoidable issue. So I guess somebody will have an unfair advantage. That's fine. It is endless space. It is not all about balance. It is mostly about fun and dealing with what you have, you know, going for you and trying to overcome any obstacles you have. If, however, there will be 4 players, I'll go for a medium-sized galaxy with normal density. And this should be perfectly balanced because in this way, everybody will have a free pocket of empty space where a certain player can expand to. Let's wait for the galaxy to generate, and as you can see, everybody has a pocket of space to expand to. I mean, sometimes it's kind of weird because between green and blue there are 2 pockets of very small constellations that they can expand to, but no matter where you look, there's always a space between 2 players. So this would be optimal if there were only 4 players, but this would be less fun obviously with only 4 players. So I hope that it will be 5 or 6 players, and that we will deal with that. Anyway, this is enough of an introduction from me, and I'll see you when we start our multiplayer event. Stay tuned. Okay, the players have connected. We are just waiting for the last one. Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited to bring to you our multiplayer match. Introducing PANCZASU playing as the Amoeba. He is going to be our pacifist for the match. Gangster 989 playing as the Free Empire. Those are the fanatic bunch that are only hoping to see things bad. Stealth Hawk, also called Shawk for me, playing as Trojans. I don't remember them, to be honest. Swarmlord playing as Synchronized Walls. I think they are pacifists as well. And we're waiting for the last guy who's still not here for some reason, unfortunately. Now, I will be playing as Illuminate, the most try-hard half-faction I could think of, because it is, you know, I'm recording this video and I'd rather not die too soon. I'll be the workforce of the universe, trying to stay neutral if not possible, but also going to wars whenever necessary. There are only 3 rules for our game, and those are: number 1, have fun; number 2, do not use manual battles unless you really have to; and number 3, tryharding is allowed, role-playing is encouraged. And I'll be back with you as soon as the game actually starts, as soon as the other players come back. We'll be right back. Good news, everybody! In the last seconds we are joined by an additional 2 players, so now it is a 7-player free-for-all. We have been joined by Are, who is playing with the blue color, and we've been joined by VhwatGoes, who's going to play as yellow. And no, there is no timer. So we're going to start by looking at our very home system and renaming it to a reasonable name. So in my case this would be Construction Yard, or just Const Yard. Yard! I cannot spell yard. There we go. Construction Yard is here. We need to exploit, we need to lower our taxes, or otherwise my empire will be significantly unhappy. As you may remember, the... who am I playing as? Oh, that's right, the Illuminate. I forgot already. The Illuminate, they are playing with the... How's it called again? OMG, I'm so excited, I forget everything. Alright, we're playing with the Hangouts, so that's what we started with, and let's start exploring the galaxy, seeing where can I expand, hopefully someplace nice. And, oh, I didn't select a research. That would have been awkward if I didn't do that. Now, what do I want? This is an amazing research that you can get early on, but it does cost stuff, and I would much rather actually start with going for xenobiology, then followed up by some additional industry. Now, we have been pretty lucky with the map. I mean, look at this. It does look pretty. PANCZASU has been definitely right about that. Look at this gorgeous, beautiful, lush, endless galaxy, and Stealthhawk hates galaxy rings. It's okay, Stealthhawk, I feel like I need to show them to other players. So the people who will take the longest, as it turns out, will be VhwatGoes and Gameslayer, as we could expect. So I will try to give you a rundown on what I'm doing and why I'm doing this, as well as trying to tell you what the other people are playing as, because it's fairly important most likely. So first of all, it's difficult for me to try to commentate this while I am also reading the subtitles. Okay, Pancake, focus on one thing and not the others. So, first of all, when we talk about other players, then there is the red player, PANCZASU, who will be a pacifist. In fact, we did strike a little deal behind the scenes, as one could say, and we are going to try and cooperate if at all possible. Now, as for the yellow VhwatGoes player, I have no idea who he is or what faction he plays as. It was Gameslayer who requested him to be added. Gameslayer will be playing as the Fanatics, as I've said already. He will be a warmonger of our game, trust me on this one. And my ships, in the meantime, oh, that's nice. So, somebody is behind Procyon. What kind of place is it anyway? Hostile Dust, it's an amazing looking anomaly, but not really what I want. In fact, this is a pretty horrible system, so I was fairly unlucky. So let's try to go back to Construction Yard and see where else can I expand to. Ugda! Not really a good system either. I mean, it's not a bad one, it does have an array that I could colonize. In fact, I am playing as Illuminate, so I can colonize whatever I want, but I would much rather find something that is a little bit better than that. I got additional experience on my fleet, that is always a good thing to start with, and I'm still not gaining any dust whatsoever, and I cannot change that if I want my approval to remain on the positive side, and by positive I mean content and nothing more, annoyingly enough. Alright. Oh wow, PANCZASU is so unfortunate. He just got... You know, those random events, they can be very helpful, especially in early game, or they can screw you over. In this case, it looks like he got pirates spawning in his backyard. It does happen. I feel legitimately sorry for him. Still, we're playing with only normal pirates, so he should be hopefully able to deal with that. And let's have a quick look at what heroes I've got, because I didn't check this out yet. That's a new one. He is not really a good one, Administrator and Pilot, but at least he's an Administrator, so that's something I can have. Administrator and Commander, yet again, not too good, and a Corporate and a Pilot. Not a really good lineup of heroes, because they're not really focused on anything, they're more like all around decent, but actually just bad, because you can have way better heroes than that. Also, I'm sorry, but my air conditioner is really crazy trying to make me freeze to death. That's not usually what I would say. Because, you know, I like cold temperature and I like it in here as well. But I think it is actually, you know, trying so hard that you might hear it. And that's not what I want to happen. Not by any means of imagination. Alright, let's go to this system. Because I think that this one dwarf is closer than the blue system. Then again, the blue one does have an event, but if those are pirates, then this would be pretty bad. So I don't really want to go over there. Construction yard finished its exploitation, which is very nice. Now it will grow in population much faster than ever before. And I just realized that I'm playing with the automaton affinity. I knew I'd forget about this, I knew it, but unfortunately it happened, so there's little I can do about it now. So the automaton affinity is fairly awesome. Basically, you have to save up your industry and then you can use it to great benefit, as it will stack up, and for every bit of industry saved up, you gain an additional like 5% interest, if you know what I'm trying to say. So what I've done was not the most optimal thing. I should have waited a little bit and then use the stacked industry thingy. Still, it's going alright so far. Still trying to get souls in a biology. I should try to rush for weapons, because last time we had an amazing multiplayer match with Medok. I got wiped out because I was too pacifistic. So yeah, that's unfortunate to say the least. I do hope that somebody is, you know, looking at this chat, because I definitely am not. So if somebody is saying like, hey Pancakes, let's be friends, I cannot be friends, I'm sorry. Anyway, let's continue exploring the galaxy. Altair is here, and it's not a good system. Oh, come on! I don't want to die because of bad systems. Anyway, what did I get? Oh, extra population. That's actually amazing event. In fact, one of the better ones I could think of. And I'm almost maxed out on my construction yard 1 already, which is nice. I could potentially start thinking about going for some colonization ships, so that's nice. Can I increase the tax rate? I cannot really do that, but I can start designing new ships. So first of all, I'll leave those ones in here. Usually I do rename every single one of my ships, but this time around I'm not willing to do that, thank you very much. So, my expansion ship, it does have a civilian module and it cannot fit an engine. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping it could, but it cannot. So, I guess I'm not going to update that anytime soon, and let's just save up the industry to make better use of it in the future. Now, do keep in mind that those colonization ships, they do lower your population growth whenever you try to make them, now that disharmony is in progress. So, what you have to do, especially when you're playing with automaton affinity, is just wait for this industry to stack up a little bit, so then you can just make this expansion ship in just a single turn, and then rock on. It's rock on. You know what I'm trying to say. And wow, I've got 1 billion asteroid belts. Well, it does fit my lore quite perfectly, because I'm the kind of people that, you know, were born in space. I mean, Illuminated were born in space. They are made of energy, and that's where my home system is, or rather should be, because I didn't mod the game. Obviously, we're playing in multiplayer, but I would rather not have those all of those asteroid belts, because they're not being remotely helpful to me right now. Anyway. What do I do with my home system? Well, I do need to wait a little bit longer before I can create my workshop in just a single turn. I could change the exploitation. I'm not going to do so just yet. I could colonize a new planet, but I'm not going to do just yet either. Hostile Gas is taunting me. So basically, something you need to know is that in every single game I play, almost every single game I play, especially against Genslayer, I always have hostile fauna everywhere. This time around, it looks like luck has not been in favor, because I cannot find hostile fauna anywhere. Hellgods is kind of like a stupid version of hostile fauna, but it's not the same. Anyway, let's let the other people know that I'm vulnerable, because hey, why not? I will start loads of us. Hey, come on! I didn't finish writing, you silly game. Come on, finish your task so I can finish writing loads of asteroids, so that everybody knows what is happening. Thank you very much. And that's my words for the next 50 years, most likely. Sirius looks like a decent system. Why did I say so? Wow, look at this! I mean, in the future, when I get better, it will be a nice production system, but right now, I still look at my score. It is probably way... Yeah, it is one of the lowest. There was one guy who's got even lower score than mine is, but... But it's not going all that well. Alright, let's set for the last system there is, because I've been really not lucky. Ugadak does have titanium and psychoactive air on the small arid, so I might have to expand to over there. Now let's have a quick look. I do want those heavy isotope refineries, they're fairly important, but I also want my workshop to be ready in a single turn. Can I do that if I make it like so? Yes, I can if I change the production to this. La-di-da-ba-boom! Everything made in a single turn. I don't know how it makes any sense, but apparently it does. So, that's that, and my research has been completed as well. That's fairly important, so let's start grabbing my arid colonization. I do not need it to colonize arids, mind you, but if I do grab this improvement, then I will not have to worry about 50% penalty for me colonizing an arid that I would normally have to deal with. Afterwards, I do need to start making warships, because I never know what will happen, so this would be potentially bad. I mean, if somebody invades me and I have no fleet, I've seen this happen before. It wasn't all that great, so yeah. Alrighty then, let's see what happens. Now there's still this exploitation event to the south. Now my hope is that there's nobody south of me, that there's an empty pocket of unclaimed territory. This would buy me enough time to potentially do some amazing stuff. The problem is that to the north, there might somebody be there. Alright, Corvus, what are you? Yet again, even more asteroids! How many asteroids do I have? Oh, holy Toledo, this is incredible. Wow, well, I do have solar systems that do not have all asteroids, but some of those are like filled with asteroids and more asteroids and even more asteroids and hydromeals. This lucky bastard, I have nothing. I have no luxury resources, man. This is unfortunate. I guess Adler is cheating. I mean, everybody considers him as the cheater in multiplayer. Don't know why, maybe he actually is cheating, because you never know, he shouldn't be doing this well, should he? Anyway, my workshop has been finished, but unfortunately my... how's it called? Heavy isotope refineries have not, even though they were supposed to be finished in a single turn. Alright, they will not be finished in a single turn now, because I don't have enough industry to do that, so let's just wait for it and make sure I stack up on industry a little bit more than that. Alright. Let's have a quick look at my taxes. I'm not gaining anything, but I cannot increase the taxes, unfortunately, for obvious reasons. I don't want the people to hate me. I do need to grow, for them to grow relatively fast, and I also have to keep in mind that my industry needs to be continuously up. Right now, I've not been doing the best job at making sure that it's continuously stacked up, but at the same time, the game has just recently started, and a wonder! Let's have a quick look. A stellar borer. That's not the best wonder if I remember. Quite difficult to unlock as well, but it is an arid and I cannot continue, you know, just going everywhere in the universe. And what was that? Added a new advanced defense ship. What? What? I've got a warship. Oh boy. Where am I in the military score? Oh, 5th. I should be worried. I should seriously be worried right now. Anyway, let's colonize this arid. Let's have a quick look at my approval. Well, people on battle absolutely adore me, so that's nice. Let's let them stack up on industry a little bit, because they need that to happen. You do, so you got Procyon or whatever it is. And as for the research, let's queue up some more stuff, shall we? I do need to be able to sign up diplomatic treaties soon enough, and I do not care about exploring the rest of the universe at this particular point in time. So let's grab relativistic economics first, and then only then rush for planet consumer effect, because I do want to get this pocket of possibly emptiness, but at the same time I also need other stuff as well. Alright, I think I'm good. The awkward thing when playing as the automaton faction, or faction with automaton affinity, is not having anything produced on your systems, because it feels like you're doing things wrong, when in fact you're not supposed to produce things unless, you know, you really have to, or your industry is maxed out, or something along those lines. Anyway, my constellation, not the best one, but it's quite a big one as well, which worries me slightly, because this means that there are a lot of places where the pirates may spawn, and if they spawn, then there will be a nightmare to deal with. Even on normal difficulty level, they can be quite a nightmare. So let's redesign my scout ship so that it has no weapons, no defenses, no anything. I don't even need it to have the radar module, because who cares about being able to see things? I only care about those guys orbiting neutral systems, so that later on, you know, pirates will not be able to spawn there. Keep in mind, pirates never spawn on a system that you orbit. Okay, let's colonize this tiny arid and gain access to titanium. This will be helpful. This will allow me to create some more powerful, you know, not invasion ships just yet, but defense ships. I do not trust any of those players that I am playing with right now. I need to make sure everything is alright. Okay, this system has enough industry for... Actually, it doesn't have enough industry even for exploitation. That's a little bit sad now, isn't it? Alright, that's cool. Construction yard, can it do anything more? Indeed, yes it can. Indeed, yes it can. That's a strange choice of words. Whatever. Is there any system I want to colonize or I can colonize right away? Well, everything is filled with uninteresting stuff, but this thing does load, is decent, Tundra is okay-ish. You know what, right now I'd actually much rather continue colonizing within my standard system, so let's colonize this desert. Shouldn't take a long time, only a single 10. Then grab heavy azotic refineries, and I think I should do both of those things in a single 10 without any real issues. Let us lower my tax rate because I need people on construction yard to remain happy. And let's start renaming the system. So this system is going to be a wonder, because it has a wonder. La-di-da, that's surprising, isn't it? And this system is my titanium system, because it's the only system I have that actually has titanium. Alright, new Horatius loop. Oh wow. Yeah, Ada is playing with the Horatio Affinity. They almost always start with the best fits, because they have this amazing fast-type drive-through, which is an empire improvement you get, so you don't have to even construct it, you just have to research it, and it gives you plus, I think it was 100 food, or maybe a 50 food, I don't remember, and minus 1 food for every population point you've got in your empire. So basically a huge amount of population until you actually grow to be big. Kinda sick, I have to admit, kinda sick. Anyway, construction yard I have expanded to a desert, so that's nice. I will need to get rid of this penalty ASAP. I would also love to get sustainable farms. Should be able to get all of those things in a single 10 without any real problems. As for the research, I do want to get my PANCZASU effect. It is important to get improved desert colony, but at the same time it feels like I really want to explore the south, alright? So I think I'm going to do just that. Also I think I kinda want to have my destroyers, even though they're actually not that great. I mean, they have lowered repair module tonnage, so that's not that great. But I do need to explore the universe. So let's actually go for a PANCZASU effect ASAP, because I do need to see where everything is. Actually, you know what? Honest, hold your horses on this one, Hottie. I do need isolation shields first, and only then I will be able to actually do something. 10 still alive. Yeah. Difficulty is set to C's, dear staff. Hope you, I know you cannot hear me, but let's pretend like you can. Wonder, dear sir, you can finally exploit yourself, which sounds a little bit strange when you say it, and it will take up your entire industry sadly, but that's just the nature of things, I guess. As for you, dear sir, can you exploit in a single 10? Yes, you can as well. So I'm starting to, you know, colonize some stuff. This is very nice. I do have a ship, but let's have a quick look. I actually am first in terms of military strength, so I don't think anybody has ships first in military. Okay, thanks, bye. Just, you know, making sure everybody is aware of this. I need people to be afraid, because if they actually attack me, I'm so dead. As in, really. I'm 16 fits though. I'm not going to tell them that because it's not going all that well. I mean, 90 score is kind of decent, but that's mostly because of this ship I got. So yeah, 40% done on Supermassive Victory. Gee, I wonder why. I can tell you, people. That's because Supermassive Victory is the one you get by capturing standing systems, and you start with 40% of starting systems when you play with 7, you know, empires. So I identified a bunch of luxury resources that I have no access to, thankfully. This thankfully, by the way, was sarcastic. Obviously, I'm not thankful for this by any means. Got my xenology, that's fairly nice. Not too useful, but fairly nice. Now, construction yard, dear sir, what can you do for me that would make me love you? First of all, they are unhappy, again, for no reason whatsoever. I don't know what is the problem with those guys. They should be happy, I mean. Seriously, they lived to be born in space, and they're just complaining about a few of those nasty plants. I don't even know. Seriously. Anyway, can I actually make scanning ships? No, they cost quite a bit of industry, so let's continue saving it up. And also lower my taxes again. However, I just noticed I have enough dust to hire a hero. Now, I am losing dust as well, so that is a little bit of a problem, but I do want my hero. So let's have a quick look. Who has more labor? This guy only has 5 labor. That's definitely not the best. How about this guy? Inspect. 3 labor, even worse. So I guess I'll go with Betalus. Not the best hero I could dream of, but at least he is over there. I do not want to rename this, I just want to assign a hero over here, assign to system. Now I'm losing a ton of, wow, I'm losing 5 dust per turn. That's problematic, but I will be able to end my turn with just 0 dust, it's fine. And I think that once I finish those, how are they called? Xenotourist agencies, then I will gain more dust in the next turn and possibly will be able to keep up with my current tax rate. Hopefully, but that's not necessarily what will happen, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so far unfortunately we're not doing very well. My systems have been uphoarded to say the least. I do have a lot of planets, but those planets being mostly asteroids and whatnot, or gas giants, I cannot really colonize them because they would give me a huge penalty for colonizing them. Approval penalty, that's what I'm talking about mostly. And my people are even more unhappy in my capital, and I'm still losing 5 dust per turn. What is going on, you people? You ungrateful bastards. I'm here trying my best to make you happy, and what are you? You unhappy, selfish bastards. That's who you are. Anyway, let's actually make another, not caretaker, workshop. That's my expansion ship, by the way. Can I make it right away? No, I cannot. I'll need 2 turns, so let's not do just that. And I think I can add yet another 10. I would love to have some more scouting ships by now and an expansion ship so that I could continue colonizing my bit of the galaxy and disallow the pirates to spawn, but at the moment it is beyond my reach, unfortunately. Now, I will gain enough industry to make heavy setup refineries on Wonder in a single turn, so that's good. As for titanium, unfortunately, I do not think that this is the case. Now, I'll be slightly off by just 2 industry, that's annoying, but hey, sometimes you just have to deal with this. Now, let's talk a little bit about the galaxy, because I told you what it looks like in my intro, but the thing that always makes me crack a little is the fact that it is described as the galaxy with a black hole in the middle. A tip for the endless space developers. That's not how a galaxy with that black hole in the middle looks like! In fact, most of the galaxies in the entire universe have black holes in the middle. Ours has as well, and they are incredibly bright in the middle. That's how all the other galaxies in this game are. Essentially, they should have this giant black hole in the middle because that's how it looks like. What this galaxy could be, I mean, if you were to explain the look of it via law, then what I could say is that those are 3 galaxies that were on, you know, a collision course, and they all collided with themselves at the same time, so they started bouncing around. Obviously, because galaxies are kinda, you know, not very dense, so most of the systems are intact, but right now they're in this stage when they are in the middle of merging, and there's like center of one galaxy here, center of the other galaxy here, and another galaxy over here, and because they're still moving, then they then form this kind of circle. I guess this makes sense, sort of. And soon they'll just merge into a normal galaxy later down the line. This is what is actually going to happen to our galaxy, when it meets the, how's it called? The Aurora Galaxy or something, and oh no! 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 I'm dead. Don't kill me. Other. I'm recording. Anyway, so I encountered the other empire. He is right to the south of me. That's good to know now. I have no intention to go to the south whatsoever, but at the same time, I could just attack him. I'll think about this in a month. Right now I'm just blockading him and making him fear my military. Maybe he'll be like, OMG, I don't want to mess with this guy. I'm still trying to go for the applied Casimir effect because I want to explore to the north of me. Maybe there is a space to explore over there. Honestly though, I don't think that this will be the case, sadly. Now, you just say you make me another, not caretaker, go away caretaker, another workshop. As for titanium, it is ready to expand to this desert or an Arctic. Well, I'm about to get the technology to be able to reduce the penalty for colonizing Arctic, so let's do just that. And this will be it with the industry on this system, because it will take 26, and I'll gain some, but not enough to, you know, start something right away. So let's do just that, and I can finish my turn right away. Alright, JK, he helped pull me out after all, something. Now, those people are probably talking about important stuff, but I honestly cannot really read that because I'm busy commentating and entertaining you guys. So I'm really hoping you're having fun. Right now, if you don't have fun, then I'm significantly disappointed in you. Also, I forgot to set my timer, so I have no idea how long this videocast is. And I do need to split it up into multiple parts, otherwise this is going to be ridiculous, isn't it? Anyway, I need to ask Ada a question. Ada, are you okay with me attacking your scout so that You can retreat. Please, please. How can I trust you? Sorry. Not until we have an embassy with you. Alright, so basically, I would probably let others scout around, but only after we get an embassy with each other, which, and by that I mean we are at peace. Right now we are obviously not at peace, but this will change soon, and then I'll let him pass and discover the wonders of my civilization. Obviously it's not too wonderful, but whatever. Let's actually go to serious. I feel like, you know what, might as well expand it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Endless trouble, with Taligrad, with rich, all those gas giants that I'll never be able to get rid of. I mean, the penalty, because it takes a lot of science. But, you know, we'll see. Right now, I don't want to get off on the wrong foot with, you know, Adder, because I am kinda afraid of him. He's standing as the Croatia, and the Croatia are known for being scary. My fitness is going up, my knowledge is second, so those things are going relatively okay. But my military is only second, even with my overpowered ship that I got for free. So I am a little bit worried. Now, how much industry do I have to make anything on my home system? Not a huge amount, but I could start scouting it up. In fact, that is exactly what I will do. I can make 2 scouts easily. Can I make 3 of them? We will see. I guess I don't have enough time to calculate it manually, and by that I mean use my head to actually see if I can do that. What else do I want? I actually am going to start colonizing other planets, because here, why not? But first of all, let's grab myself some more food so that I can colonize this Baron a little bit faster. I'll gain a lot of unhappiness from this, keep in mind, but I don't think I can avoid it at this point in time, since my entire galaxy, I mean constellation, is really unhappy about everything. So I guess what will be fairly important for me to get is not the applied Casimir effect as much as I need it, but the botanical scanning, but then again it will take a while as well. Ham. Let's just get it anyway. We'll see. I will once we have peace. So that's my offer to Adder. I will let him scout around, but only once we are at peace. Right now, I'm at Cold War with him, so you know I cannot honestly trust him to do anything. Also, he's got a scary amount of science income because he already got the applied Casimir effect. Now, my assumption is that he rushed it. That is fairly likely, because otherwise there's no way he would have gotten it so early. But other than that, I forgot what I was saying, so that's about that. And anyway, I forgot to finish my test, so that's about it. There's no trading tech, no, so you cannot trade the tech, but you can do some other stuff. No, I'm sorry, Coxos, I had to turn this off because this option was too unbalanced. So yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, what else is there to comment? Well, my plans for the future, I do need more scouts. I need to not only send them to far edges on the universe, but also send them to other occupied systems in my little constellation, because otherwise pirates will spawn and they will mess up my plans. That is definitely not what I want to have happen. So now we can actually become peaceful with others. So why don't we form a long-lasting alliance, offer peace? There we go, Adder, you magnificent bastard. Let's see what his traits are. Militarists, that's not too good. Builders, that's not too good. I have that as well. Optimistic, dust impaired, sloppy sawbones, and scientists. He went for a very try-hard build, and he went for a Croatia affinity as well. That's fairly scary. He will be very powerful, but yet again, as I said, try-harding is clearly allowed. Anyway, what do I want right now? I do want some more labor to have as much production and industry as humanly possible. Now, our people are peaceful, so hopefully this peace will continue for as long as possible. And let's reply. No problem. Let's be friends. I'm just a workforce for the universe. Anyway, I'm trying to smooth, I don't even know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be friends with Adder, that's what I'm basically trying to say. Because I cannot afford to have too many enemies, especially when they are so close by, especially if they have the Croatia affinity. Anyway, let's send my scouts to those locations, because I will send my warship to scout the other areas when I can, but right now I don't have the technology for this. And anything, everybody else will just go to the north, because maybe there is an empty pocket of area over there. Maybe, maybe not, we will see, I guess, soon. Alright, what systems do I want to colonize? Lahat? No. It's not too promising. Altair, not too promising. Hobux, not too promising. I think I'll just go for Sirius, because hey, why not? Anyway, fortunately, the reason why I was able to trust Adder a little bit is because Gainsayer did steal his pink, and by still, I mean, both of those guys lack pink, so it's not really a steal. Gainsayer was the first one to get it, but fortunately this means that those two guys will probably try to kill each other as soon as possible. Now, as for me, what I want to colonize on Wanderer, I think I'll go for Baron just because it does give me... Well, Helium is better than Baron, but it does give me a lot more unhappiness, so I'm not sure if I really want to do that. I will not have Ecstatic anyway, but let's not go too far, shall we? Let's colonize the Baron first. I think that this is the safe option. Let's go for Xenotors Agencies as well. Now, as for Judicators, I colonize the Arctic, that's fairly nice. Now let's get the Heavy Isotope Refineries. Construction Yard, I think it can safely make me the Extreme Option Exchange, which will be worthless at the moment, so let's just make me an Industry to Science conversion. I do need more science. Anyway. Yeah, it is turned off. How do I tell it to other? I guess I just say it is off. Anyway, so that's that. Isolation shields have been researched, and let's continue exploring the galaxy. I'm sorry for all those pop-ups, but I can't really turn them off right now. I mean, if you understand. That's not really what I want to do. Now, what do I want to colonize? A medium asteroid belt with mineral rich, which sounds amusing to say the least. Well, why not? Oh, I could go for metallic ground on large gas methane, but this would lower my food income by a lot, and I already know I will have no food income because none of those planets actually have any food generation. So let's colonize a mineral rich asteroid belt. Cause hey, why not? This playthrough is a disaster. If you came here looking for tips on how to play as the kind of faction that I'm playing as, don't! I'm not playing this optimally, not at all. This is definitely the exact opposite of what is happening right now. Now, can I lower my taxes? I can, but I would run out of funds a little bit too quickly for my liking. Instead, let's just make a couple of ships and see what is happening around the area. Alright, Wanderer, it does have some science stockpiled, so I can safely exploit this Baron for more food. Can I install anything else? I think I should have enough industry for public-private partnerships. As for my titanium system, this one obviously needs some more food, so let's just give it that. I don't need to rename my series, so let's call it Laws System, because it's just LOL. I mean, you have to agree, it is definitely a LOL system if you have ever seen one. Now, the problem is a lot of my people aren't unhappy, and this is very, very damaging to my production and to my food production as well. Industry production and food production, that's what I was trying to say, but there's little I can do about that. Pardon me, I was checking if I'm recording, because, yeah, I wasn't the luckiest person alive with my particular planets. Now, however, I'm gonna get my Applied Cosmic Effect soon-ish, and after that, I'm going to rush botanical scanning ASP. Now, colonization program is fairly awesome. It will lower my expansion disapproval, so then I should be able to, you know, lower the unhappiness that I have to cope with at this particular point in time, which is kind of bad, if you might as you might imagine. Anyway, anything else I should do? I don't think there is anything of the sorts. Oh yes, I was supposed to remove the caretaker and create a ship. So let's call it a Hammer, because I am the workforce of the universe, so a ship called the Hammer is exactly what I need. What will it have? Why not give it a little bit of everything, because hey, why not? I'm going to give it some long-range missiles, some medium-range beams, and even more melee range kinetics, and as well as a bit of armor, because hey, why not? I don't know what the enemy is going to use, so I need to prepare for literally everything if at all possible. Let's install additional deflector, let's install additional shield, because those are the easiest weapons to acquire. Remember that early game beams, they do not require Hyperium, so everybody can have them. That's an important thing to remember about. not to remember, but just to remember. I was stupid with my English there, but that happens all the time. Alright, let's make me a hammer. How many of them can I make in a single turn? Not a single one, annoyingly enough. How am I doing in terms of score and other stuff? I'll see in the next 10, I guess, because I don't want other people to wait. Let me take a sip of water. I did bring a lot of drinks with me. I have water, juice, ginseng, and I'll progressively be switching to the better ones as my throat begs for mercy. But even water is delicious. I love water the most out of all the drinks in the universe, but when recording, in my honest opinion, juice works better for your throat, and ginseng drink, it is the absolute best for your throat. I mean, it not only gives you a big kick when you want to make video casts, but it is also amazing. It's as simple as that. Anyway, now I'm gathering Kovos and Lahats, so no pirates can spawn over there. And I think that's about that. There is little else I can do. Unfortunately, I am kind of starving in terms of dust. I do not have a lot of dust generation. I do not have any income of any description. I cannot trade with anybody. I mean, I'm pretty certain that Other is trading with me. Yeah, I am probably trading with him, but I was only giving stuff to him because he discovered my systems. I have not discovered his systems just yet. Alright, let's have a quick look. What can I do to gain more dust? I can go for Xenoturn Sciences agencies. This will give me quite a bit of dust on titanium. There isn't much else I can do, unfortunately. I mean, those extreme optional exchange updates, they'll be amazing, and in fact they also lower your upkeep, so I might go for that straight away. Wonder doesn't have enough industry stockpile to make this. Actually it does, that's fairly cool. What about titanium? Does it have enough industry? It could, but it doesn't apparently. Oh well, that's sad. I think I'm satisfied with my 10 for now. It is very hectic, as you can see. I love the multiplayer games of Endless Space, and this is only my second time recording a multiplayer of Endless Space. It is very difficult. I mean, obviously, every videocast maker, everybody who makes videos for YouTube, WeGame, any other network out there, will tell you that when you are streaming, recording, doing anything, especially with commentary, the quality of your gameplay will lower significantly, because you have to do multiple things at once. Now, this is not always the case when I'm, you know, making videocasts in single player, because then it is turn-based. I don't have to worry about other people waiting for me. I can just take my time and think about everything. In here, however, that is not the case, because I don't want those people to wait for too long. I want them to have fun. This event is mostly for you people, and I'm pointing at not only at those people I'm playing with, I'm also pointing at every single one of those loyal viewers that are watching this on YouTube right now. It is my thank you to you. It is, here's hoping that we can play together for all eternity. Anyway, as much as I would love to get, actually hold on a second, I don't think I can get additional dust income. Yeah, going for a negotiator will not give me the option to get additional dust income because I'm not a corporate, I'm only an administrator. So what I'll give myself is a little bit of extra production, plus 15 production. Early on it is fairly powerful, so let's do just that. What about my applied Kazmi effect? Why is it taking so long, you stupid game? I called Endless Space stupid, wow. Anyway, let's continue looking around. What is Other doing? He's just, you know, checking my neighborhood. It's all good in the neighborhood, as I tend to say over and over again, because it's a phrase that, you know, pays. A phrase that pays. Isn't that actually something that Jesse Cox said in one of the Terraria videos? I think it is. I unintentionally stole the phrase from him. The phrase that pays. Even the phrase that pays is a phrase that pays. I know, it's Inception level of awesome, but whatever. Anyway, as soon as I get Applied Kazmi effect, I will be able to colonize Procyon. I want to colonize it ASAP so that Other doesn't get it, because, you know, I like him, and I semi-trust him because I know he wants to kill the gangster first. But, you know, you cannot never trust somebody enough. Or rather, you always trust everybody too much. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I hope you understand. Anyway, let's have a quick look. Can I do anything on titanium? I should be able to go for both of my improvements. I cannot, so let's go for extreme option exchange first. It is important because it does lower the upkeep cost on your system, and as such it is literally amazing. I do want to get Heresite refineries on this asteroid belt because otherwise it is eternally useless for me, but unfortunately I cannot grab it just yet. Wonder the Wanderer, what can you do for me? It cannot do anything. I can make a stockpile industry, but at the same time it doesn't really need it. It's not like I'm planning to make ships with this system. So just give me more science. Actually, do I need science or do I need... I need dust. I need dust really, really badly because everything I've got is costing me a lot of science. So let's have a quick look. How much dust am I now making? I'm losing 1 dust, but this will give me more time to actually, you know, take what I can get. I'm not sure even what I was trying to say over there, because yet again, I got distracted with trying to look at this chat, think what I have to do, and also, you know, trying to commentate at the same time. Fairly hectic, as you might imagine, or if you do not imagine, that it's still fairly hectic. So anyway. Whew. I'm stressed out. I really don't want to die. That's why I'm making those hammers. Now, they will cost me a lot of dust. Oh, my mouse. Did it die? Oh no. My mouse died. That's bad. Alright, I guess I will need... where are my batteries? Yes, it is a cable-less mouse. It is fairly bad. Give me a second, I'll pause the recording and I will be right back. Alrighty then. Now better, my mouse is actually alive and I can move it and whatnot, it's fairly good. Now it looks like those people are all happy having it applies the Casimir effect, and how am I doing in terms of stuff? My knowledge is second. Surprisingly enough, I have no idea how did that happen, because it feels like everyone has applied the Casimir effect but me. So that's very strange. My fits is still 4th, which is not good considering there are 7 players in this, so I definitely could be doing better, especially since I'm playing a faction with Authoritas Affinity, which, keep in mind, works wonderfully with industry, as it allows you to save this industry up, and then it is all good, and then the end... Oh, that's... We will need to re-invite... We'll need to re-invite him. So that's strange, apparently one guy disconnected, unfortunately. It does happen, maybe he lost connection or something, I'm sure he will be back. But, oh boy, unstable portal, really? Oh no. The event. Yeah, so first of all, let me re-invite the guy. Where is he? What is he called? Like, don't look at my friends, I guess you're looking at it right now. Anyway, VhwatGoes, invite to game. Your invite has been sent, so he should be able to rejoin. Now, I think that, at least that's how I think it works. I mean, if it doesn't, then that's alright. Then we'll have to restart again with this guy back, so we'll see how it goes. I don't remember, I've never seen anybody drop but rejoin the game. I mean, I have seen it once, but I haven't seen what is happening. Alright, he has rejoined, that's now. That's nice. And we can continue playing. Unfortunately, he did miss a 10, so maybe the AI did pick an option for this event for him. Anyway, what do I want? First of all, this will increase the cost of everything for everybody for 10 10s. That's bad. But what kind of action do I want to go for? Selfish? Well, this will cost me a lot of science and a lot of dust. Helpful? This will cost me even more science, but help my allies. I don't have any allies. Or hostile. I would rather go for hostile, so let's just do that. I know I was trying to play as the neutral faction, but honestly, with Unstable Portal, there's literally no reason to go for this option. I mean, you could go for either hostile, which makes other people, which puts other people at a disadvantage and costs you 50% science, or selfish, which also costs you 50% science, but also costs you dust, which is horrible. So let's go for hostile. Anyway, sorry, it feels like I bit myself, so I was checking if that's the blood, I feel. It looks like it was, and I'm still losing a lot of dust, unfortunately. But, because my construction yard did make those hammers, it was to be expected that I will have dust problems. So let's make a little bit of dust for 110, make sure that I have more dust when we enter the next 10, and then I will be able to colonize another planet on construction yards, because I do need to do so. Now, those hammers... I think I'll move them to Procyon. You know, you never know. I have to always be ready and make sure that Other doesn't kill me if he actually prepares to do that. I have the strongest fleet in the entire galaxy. I could attack Other, maybe even win, but I doubt it. He's got way too good fleets. If he wanted to go for military, he would have done so, and he would have owned me. So I'm not going to take my chances on this. Instead, I'll just be this very nice person and continue converting industry to dust, because yet again, there's no reason to max out those systems, Wonder and Titanium. That's not really necessary. Low system, can you finally go for heavy acid refineries? Next 10! Alright, this will be something. This will be a thing indeed, and it will make me rather happy. I would love to colonize a new planet on the construction yard, but I need this dust really badly. In fact, now that I'm making this dust, I could maybe make those guys... No, I cannot. Never mind, I was trying to see if I can make them content instead of unhappy, but that's not really the case. Alright, so let's have a quick look. Applied Casimir effect in just 2 turns. I say just when in fact it is a very long time, but there are hardly anything that I can do about it, so let's end my turn. Now, people do take a long time to actually make their decision, but that's because there was this random event and everybody has to think what they want to go for. Most likely everybody will go for hostile. That's what I would choose if I and everybody else, because there are no eyes right now. Nobody has got the tech this early on in the game. And who wants to lose dust when instead you can make enemy, you know, lose the possibility to make systems and stuff. And actually I just realized, yeah, that is a good valid point. I need to make my workshop. Start making it right now. Actually, no, I don't. Let's just continue converting industry to dust, because I was hoping to make a workshop in just a single turn, but I won't be able to. And since the next turn, everybody will go for hostile option on the unstable portal, and it will take us 50 billion years to make anything on any of our systems. That was an unlucky galactic event. It is going to prolong our game by quite a fair amount, as it turns out. Anyway, come on, game. Please don't lock up on me. Please don't tell me I disconnected or anything. Alright, that's what happened. And it looks like almost everybody did go for the hostile options. Oh, actually, everybody went for it. Surprise, surprise. So, wow, this is going to take us forever to make anything. Right now, it is going to take me additional 4 tests to make heavily as the refineries. This is so bad. Yeah, that's me. You picked the hostile as well yesterday, I'm sure. I could check his live stream, because Gangster is live streaming this whole event. But obviously, first of all, I don't have, you know, internet good enough to check the live stream. Secondly, there are more important things to do, like for example play the game and record the videocast while playing the game. Now, how long will it take me to make my workshop? 4 turns, because it takes 169 industry. That is a lot. That is indeed a lot. I will stop converting this thing, and I'll colonize on the desert, because I do desperately want more deserts. Keep in mind, deserts, they give you a lot of dust, so I definitely want to have them, because the more dust the better. Alright, now what next? What is there that I need to do? I don't think there is anything. Can I have any more deals with other? I don't think, but I can instead see what he's got. I actually cannot see what he's got, so that's a little bit sad. I can declare war on him. Why would I do that? I have no idea. I can keep looking at him. His score is 262, but we can all see that over here. So he's got still the best score. That's it again. Horatio Affinity in a nutshell gives you a huge boost every game, and it usually carries you over until the late game when you actually win the entire game. A very powerful faction, but as I said, tryharding is definitely allowed. I lost to Brain Dead AI. What did he do? Well, I guess AI did replace him for a very short second, but what actually happened, I don't know. Did it actually choose a different option, the hostile? Oh, wow. Oh, okay, this is sad. I would send my armada to aid you, but I don't have the tech. So that's kind of sad, because I do have the hammers, a decent amount of military power. I would probably be able to wipe out those planets, but I don't have applied Casimir effect. I don't know where this guy is, and even if I did, I still don't have the possibility to reach him, even if I wanted to. And I actually do kind of want to help him, because it feels so bad. AI probably chose the selfish option, so now this guy is losing 100 dust per turn. He'll never have any dust for the additional 10 turns, and yeah, he's pretty screwed, especially if there are pirates that are trying to kill him. I feel so sad for him. I really, truly, honestly do. That's what happens, kids, when you don't have scouts orbiting your neutral systems. But it is really unfortunate for him that he disconnected at the wrong time. That's me drinking my juice, by the way. I had to switch from water to juice because my throat is already acting up. Give me a second. That is delicious. Holy Toledo, I do love my juice. Anyway, Other continues to happily exploit. Not exploit, but not expand. Wait, what are the four? Exterminate, exploit, expand, and something. Anyway, he's discovering my system so that he can trade with me and he can see what I have. He will know that I have a lot of asteroid belts. So this will be a little bit hilarious for him to watch. And this will reveal to him that I'm an easy target early game. Why only early game? Because this law system, right now it is a joke. But later on, when those gas methanes start producing a lot of stuff, when those asteroid belts do that as well, and when I terraform this gas helium to a gas methane, that's when good things start to happen. That's when this system will have like a 2 billion industry on it, and I'll be able to just spam ships out of it. Right now, however, I cannot do so. As simple as that. There isn't really an option for me to try it. Now, as soon as I get applied cosmic effect, which still takes 2 turns, it feels like every 10 it's still 10s. What is going on? Then my approval will be higher, and then I'll be able to increase my tank suit for additional dust. Although I'm already gaining quite a bit of dust, but I need this dust, unfortunately, to, you know, maintain my ships. That said, I could start going for science on my other systems. Right now, how much dust? I'm losing 4 dust per 10, but I can agree to that as long as I'm gaining a little bit more science. This will not allow me to get applied cosmic effect faster than into 10s, but it will just give me more sense in the long run. So maybe some tech in billionaire rules will take me only 25 10s instead of 26. I hope you understood what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so far it's been fairly strange for me, because I still don't have the ability to explore the rest of the universe, and it feels like everybody else is claiming amazing constellations while I cannot really do that, which is unfortunate to say the least. I bet there's an amazing constellation to the north of me that nobody has claimed yet, but I cannot get there. And he said going to war, and I was so terrified for a second. And hi there, Hawk. What is he playing as? Let's have a quick look. Unlucky colonists, optimistic, optimal structure, solid citizens, master of illusion, that's interesting. Sloppy sawbones, that's impaired, and crowded planets. So he is... yeah, that's interesting. And he's also playing as the Horatius. Everybody plays as this powerful affinity. It is really powerful, so I cannot blame them, but still, wow. Those guys. Anyway, let's see if I can be peaceful with him. So let's offer him a peace treaty. Hi. And let him pass through, just cause, hey, why not? I want to be at peace with my neighbors, and it looks like Stealth Hawk is my neighbor indeed. So what I want to do, well, who do I trust more? I'm not sure who's got better score. Stealth Hawk is weaker than me, so I'm not too afraid of him just yet, but we'll have to check this. Alright, now my knowledge is significantly dropping down, only 5th place, that's fairly bad. My fits is still at 4th, so that's not too bad. And I have the most powerful military, which is nice, but at this stage of the game it doesn't mean literally anything, so that's a problem. Anyway, what are my plans for the future? Right now, there aren't too many of them. I'm still waiting for the applied cosmic effect, trying to get it ASAP. I'm still just skipping most of my tests. Law system can finally get the... never mind, it still can't get the... Wow, that is unlucky, this event that increases the cost of everything. That is seriously unlucky. I will show it to you because you need to. Empire factors, boom! Plus 30% of industry and ship cost on the entire system. And there's a lot of those 30s and 20s over here. You can count them out. I have no intention of doing just that. Thank you very much. This would take way too long. And I don't want to know how bad it is. Is calling a machine an insult? That's actually a good philosophical question. I mean, in the future there will be AIs. I hope, at least. Those are my personal feelings. I would love there to be AIs. So, will they ever be offended that we call them like machines or AIs? Were they hoping for a better name? I don't know. That's actually a fairly interesting question. Now, is there anything else I can do on any of my systems? I'm still colonizing. Man, I'm still actually colonizing. Holy Toledo. I just realized it takes so long to colonize the system. I didn't have enough industry to do it straight away. If only I realized this, then I would have waited and stockpiled a little bit more industry, but I didn't. That's fairly unfortunate, to say the least. Anyway, another thing that is fairly unfortunate is that I really need to go to the toilet. But I don't want other guests to wait, and actually this is a good point to split this videocast to another part. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been PANCZASU the Mighty Mix Spammer. If you managed to enjoy this videocast thus far, please subscribe to my channel if you want to see the other parts. Leave a comment, I love reading them, and they are amazing, they support me a great deal. Leave a like, leave anything else you want, you can leave a gift. Just kidding about the gift, by the way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you online in the next part.